Okay, we're gonna make some brownies here tonight. Just a nice small batch. I've got my pan prepared 8x8 with parchment paper. We're using cocoa powder, which is super bitter on its own. We learned the other day that it's acidic, so it works well if you are using baking soda, which needs an acid and a liquid. We're making brownies though. It's got our pan lined. I've got the flour set out, everything I need to go. 2 eggs. I've got my half teaspoon of vanilla ready to go from Watkins, pure vanilla. Kind of expensive lately. I guess there's a crisis with vanilla in Madagascar. This is salt, and then the cocoa powder and sugar. I don't think there's anything else in there. Nope, salt, sugar, and cocoa powder. Got that well blended and mixed up. Got a hot pad, so when I pull it off of the heat, I've planned ahead and I've planned my move. Got my recipe instructions out, and I am on a low temperature, like 2 here, because we are warm and we're not getting hot. My oven is preheating to 325, so the butter is melting. We just want it warm and not too hot. So we'll come back to that as soon as it's melted, and then we're going to stir constantly and put in our sugar, cocoa powder, and salt. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. Okay, you can see that my butter is melted. I've got it down on low temperature. I'm going to go ahead and add in my powder, cocoa and salt and sugar, and then stir constantly. I've got to put this down to do that, so I'll be right back. Okay. And this is proof that you need your helper hand to hang on, because my bowl, or not my bowl, my pot's moving around here. The guys are playing Injustice, League of Injustice, right? League of Justice or Injustice? I don't know. My husband, Jose, has not beat Stanley, but he bought a new controller, and you finally beat him now, right? Once, that's it?
No, you beat me once. Nope.
Twice, okay. Oh, with Batman and Superman? Okay, very exciting. All right, you can see how it's going here. So anyway, my pan's moving around, and I'm getting this all mixed together, and then I need to get it off of the heat, and I'm only doing that until it's warm, stirring constantly. Maybe I gotta hang on with my helper hand, like my belly here, I tell you. Poor Miss I tell you, life is rough. I need someone else to help me. You're probably getting sick at school watching this. All right, I'm going to remove this from the heat, and then I'm going to stir in the vanilla. So I'm going to do that, and that's 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon, and I'm going to have you watch what happens here. So just a second, I'll be right back. All right, here we go with the vanilla. You notice how this is nice and liquidy, and this is like a chemical reaction, and it's a little more stable now. I got my hot pad holders, and this is going to get more and more. It's going to change in nature. I don't know if the correct word is viscous. I believe it is. I'm going to move my vanilla. I have it off the burner that was hot. And you notice I turned my burner off, constantly stirring. Do you notice how it's kind of coagulating and changing consistency a little bit? When I do this with French silk pie, it just boom, completely changes. But we are going to do that. And then now we're going to add the eggs one at a time and keep stirring. So change the consistency a little, not crazy like it does when I make the French silk pie, but it did change consistency. I can feel it, that it's thicker. You'll be able to tell what I mean. And now I'm going to add in one egg at a time. I checked for shells. Not in there. Okay, I'm going to keep stirring constantly, 1 egg at a time. Come on now, Yoki. There we go. And stirring vigorously after each one. And the batter's going to start looking thick and shiny and well combined. Hanging on here. So I'm going to do this for both eggs. And then I'm going to add the flour. So I'll come back to you once I've got both eggs done. Okay, I want to show you I've got my 2 eggs added, and it is nice and shiny. Do you see that? And I want to show you that if I scrape off my bottoms, and do you see how it's nice and combined? If I scrape the bottom, you can see that it's clear. down there that it's all well combined. And I had to use my grandma muscles. My arms are like actually legitimately tired and sore. So, and you've got to get the sides and keep doing that. Now I'm going to add my half cup of flour, and this is where the grandma muscles are going to have to come in. And you're going to have to do at least 40 strokes vigorously, grandma muscles, and get this well combined. I'll come back to that in 40 strokes. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, it's looking gorgeous. Got it all in there and combined. Now it's time to pour it into our pan, distribute it using my spatula and getting it into the pan and hanging on, making sure that I've got it well in there. We'll come right back. Oh, it's hard work for Miss I, trying to do this all by myself. Better taste good. All right, I've got it off my wooden spoon, mostly off my spatula. I'm going to lick it. Don't tell anybody because you're not supposed to because raw eggs, right? But oh well. Look at how well I got that out of my pan mostly. Get it out of there and into your other pan. Make sure it's not on your sides of your pan. Do a good job. You got it edge to edge, right? With the paper. We're going to put that into our 325 oven, top rack, which is in the middle of our oven, for 20 to 25 minutes. No, 25 to 30 minutes until a toothpick or a sharp knife comes out clean if you don't have a toothpick. So we'll see you back in 25 to 30 minutes. I think I shouldn't give them any brownies. Don't you think? All right.